Flashbacks are something that has never been done before in the Scream franchise, and I think 7 movies in, now might be the time. Let's discuss 10 flashback options that they could do in Scream 7.
Certain rules. Push the laws and you end up dead.
This is the moment when the supposedly dead killer comes back to life.
Not in my movie.
Surprise, Sydney.
He's gone mad.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
A very simple formula.
You want to play psycho killer?
Everybody's a suspect.
No, please don't kill me, Mr. Ghostface. I want to be in the sequel.
I'll be right back.
Okay, I think it's gonna go something like this.
I'm Pamela, welcome back to the channel. I have been saying for a while that a flashback is something that I would love to see in Scream 7. Whatever it may be, I just think it would be so cool to see some kind of flashback. But now with the return of Scott Foley, I feel like we are definitely getting a flashback. And I've come up with 10 ideas for flashbacks that we could possibly see in Scream 7. So number 1, starting off strong, we gotta go with Maureen's murder flashback. I did a separate video on this. This is something that a lot of Scream fans want to see in Scream 7, and I feel like there is a good chance that we're going to get this. With the return of Scott Foley and Matthew Lillard, and it's also rumored that Lynn McCree, who plays Maureen, could also be coming back. I feel like it's just the perfect opportunity for a flashback to Maureen's murder, especially 30 years after the murder and Sydney now being a mother herself. I feel like we gotta see it. It would just be a perfect way to see Billy and Stu on screen again together. Maybe we'll find out some new information like Roman was there that night, because as far as we know he wasn't, but maybe he was. The second flashback I would love to see is Roman tracking down Maureen when he finds her and she essentially turns him away. He's looking for Rena Reynolds and she says Rena Reynolds is dead. And that moment is what starts all of this. That makes him so angry that he decides to tell Billy about her and Billy's father cheating. So I would love to see Roman tracking down Maureen, but this brings me to flashback number 3. What if we see Roman tracking down Billy? When he approaches Billy and shows him the footage of Maureen and Hank cheating together, let's see a flashback to that. Let's see Roman and Billy talking and how Roman encourages him to start all of this. Roman says in Scream 3, "I'm a director, I direct." So he gave Billy directions to kill Maureen. Flashback option number 4, something that I have said before on the channel, is what if we get a flashback to Casey Becker's murder and we find out some new information like Billy and Stu had an accomplice. A lot of you know my theory about Christina Carpenter, Sam and Tara's mother. She was in love with Billy. I think there's a good chance that she very well knew what he was up to and was fine with it. I think she knew that Billy was a serial killer and was still into him anyway. There are a lot of clues that point towards this. If you want to check out my past videos, I'll try to link some of them down below for you guys. But what if Christina helped them kill Casey? What if she drove the getaway car for them? Same goes for Maureen's murder. What if she was there for Maureen's murder as well? The 5th flashback I would love to see is something with Dewey and Gail. I just think this would be such a fun way for fans to see Dewey again. It could also be a very emotional moment, which is what you want from these movies. You want to feel something, so imagine seeing a sweet flashback with Dewey and Gail. That would get the tears going. Flashback option number 6, what if we find out that Dewey knew Stu was alive? Again, I have a theory video on this. We're not going to get into all the details right now, but what if Dewey knew Stu is alive and that is what led to Dewey's downfall? It's why he couldn't keep his job, it's why he turned to alcohol, and it's why he could never make his relationship with Gail work, because this huge secret was weighing on him. Option number 7, I want to see a flashback where we find out that Stu is the one who killed Dewey. You guys know my theory about this. I don't think it was really Amber. I think it was Stu. What if we see a flashback to Dewey's death? Ghostface is standing over him, like the last shot of that scene that we see in Scream 5, but this time it's a little bit extended and we see Ghostface take off the mask and it's Stu. I think everyone in that theater would lose their minds. Flashback option number 8, what if we find out that Stu was teaching and guiding Jill and Charlie in Scream 4? Again, I just put out a video about a week ago or maybe 2 weeks ago where I talk about, were Jill and Charlie in Stu's cult? There's also a rumor out there that Emma Roberts might be signing on to Scream 7. Could that mean that Jill is alive? Maybe. But could it just be a flashback with her and we see that Stu was kind of giving Jill and Charlie pointers? I mean, what if we see flashbacks to every single sequel and find out that Stu was secretly there? I did just put out a video pretty recently about this. Where has Stu been for 30 years? What if he has secretly been active in every single sequel? And what if we get flashbacks to that as well? Flashback option number 9, what if we find out that Stu was Roman's secret partner in Scream 3? Like I said, Scott Foley is back for Scream 7 and his character is dead, so I think it's going to be some flashback with him, whether it's Maureen's murder, tracking down Maureen, tracking down Billy, like I said in the beginning of this video. But what if it's a flashback to Scream 3 and we find out that Stu was his secret partner? I mean, the way that a lot of those scenes were shot for Scream 3, there were 2 killers in a lot of those scenes. Finally, flashback option number 10, what if we get something with Vince from Scream 5? A lot of us are in agreement that Vince was a wasted character. He had so much potential. Not only is Kyle Gallner a great actor, but his character was also the nephew of Stu. He had so much potential. There is so much more that they could have done with him. He could have been a great Ghostface. He could have been a red herring throughout the movie, but he was killed off so quick, very early on in the movie. What if in a flashback we find out that Stu tried to recruit him into his cult, and maybe Vince wanted nothing to do with it, and that's why he had him killed? I don't know, I just think there are a lot of options for a lot of different flashbacks in Scream 7. Not saying that they should do all of these. These are just 10 ideas that I personally have. Definitely leave a comment down below. Let me know if you have any flashback ideas that you would want to see in Scream 7. Like I said, 7 movies in, I just think it's a perfect opportunity to bring it back to some of the old sequels. Let us find out some new information that we didn't know before. But that's it for today. Give this video a like if you enjoyed it, subscribe to the channel if you're new here, hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on future Scream theories, Scream 7 updates. As we start to get some more info, which I hope we do soon, you can definitely expect it to be posted here on this channel. Please also go follow me over on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram, and I will be right back.